What is net present value? Hi, good morning, good evening. In this video, I am going to present to you a brief tutorial on the concept of net present value. This is one of the concepts which is also explained in the Financial Analysis Techniques chapter in the BABOK version 3. My name is Abhishek Shrivastava. I have 28 years of IT industry experience in the roles of business analysis, project and program management. I'm an author, guest speaker and a blogger, and I'm also a CBAP certified professional. Let's start by looking at what is net present value. It is the difference between the sum of all the planned investments to be made and the expected returns compared at the same time frame, that is today. It is used to check the investment worthiness of a project or an initiative. It can also be used to compare the investment worthiness of multiple investments or multiple initiatives. To understand the investment worthiness, we need to first understand some basic concepts. So, to calculate net present value, we need to understand what is present value and what is future value, and then we'll come to the net present value. Just to recap, net present value is the difference between the sum of all the planned investments today and tomorrow and all the expected returns in the coming days or years. Okay, so let's get started by first understanding the concepts of present and future value. Let's say you put $1,000 in a fixed deposit with 5% being the interest rate. So after 1 year, what will be the $1,000? It will become 1,000 plus 5% of $1,000, which means it will become $1,050. That is 5% added to the $1,000 after the end of first year. Then what will happen after the second year? Again, on 1,050, you add 5% of interest. It becomes $1,102.5. Similarly, after 3 years, it becomes 1,157.625. What we are doing here is adding 5% on the value at the end of each term. So after 3 years, your $1,000 becomes 1,157.625. That's the future value of the present value, $1,000. And how has it grown? It has grown at a rate of 5%. Now, the formula for calculating this is pretty simple. For the first year, what we have done, we have used $1,000 and added 5% on top of $1,000. So, the formula is $1,000 multiplied by 1.05, which is 1 plus 5 by 100. If you have to calculate the same for 2 years, the formula will become 1,000 multiplied by 1.05 into 1.05, which will give you a value of 1,102.5. And for the third year, it will become 1,000 multiplied by 1.05 into 1.05 into 1.05. That will give you a value of 1,157.625. So, the present value and future value are calculated by using an interest rate and a formula as I explained just now. Now let's look at it from the other way around. So what is the present value of an amount 1157.625 if it had grown at a rate of 5%? So the answer is $1,000, which means from the future value of 3 years in future, we can come to the present value, which is $1,000 at the present time by using an interest rate at which it is expected to grow. Now, this interest rate is called, or this growth rate is called discounting rate if you are calculating the present value from the future value. In another video, I am going to explain the concept of discount rate. Now it's time to look at what we started the video with. which is the investment worthiness. Let's say we consider a case where the investment at present to be done in an initiative is $3,000. And it is estimated that at the end of first year and second year and third year, the expected return is going to be $1,000, $1,100 and $1,150. Now, if we add this up, it comes out to be $3,250 compared to the initial investment at present, which is $3,000. Now, does it mean that this investment is worth making, or the data tells a different story? Okay, because just by adding three returns at three different points in time may not be the right way of comparing it with the investment made now. So let's see, by using our concept of future and present value, how does this work out? So the formula for calculating the present value from the future value is as shown here. Present value is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r by 100 raised to the power n, where this r is the discounting rate or the discount rate. So consider it to be 5%, since we have considered this in the previous example as well. So if we calculate those values, we will be applying the formula as shown here. For the third year return, 1150 divided by 1.05 raised to the power 3. For the second year, 1100 divided by 1.05 raised to the power 2. And for the first year, 1000 divided by 1.05. This 1000, 1100 and 1150 are the estimated returns at the end of first, second and third year respectively. So, the output of 1150 by 1.05 raised to the power 3 is $993.41. For the second year return, the present value is 997.73, and for the first year, it is 952.38. Now, if you add all these three, it comes out to be 2,943.52. That's the value or the current present value of all the expected returns in the future. Now, remember the definition of net present value. It is the difference between all the investments made today and all the future returns which are valued as on today. So as on today, the total returns value is 2943.52 and the investment is $3,000. If you take the difference between these two, it is going to be negative, which means that this project or this initiative is not investment worthy, because the present value of the net returns in the future is lower than the investment being made today. So this is the concept of NPV, where we calculate the net present value by subtracting the returns present value and the investments present value. I hope this video will help you in clarifying the concepts of present value, the future value and the net present value. There are questions in the CBAP exam and also sometimes in CCBA exam on these concepts, especially the case studies which you get in the beginning of the test. In the subsequent videos, I'm going to take up more concepts like internal rate of return or the discount rate. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.